Hey Sammy fam, today we are making some delicious Cheddar Bite biscuits. So we're starting with 6 cups of self-rising flour, and I already measured it out, but I'm double checking because I do not trust myself. This is going to make a huge batch. You might actually want to have this batch if you're making it at home. It looks like I measured it right. We're going to add in 2 cups of shredded cheddar. I'm using a mix of a softer, mild cheddar and a harder, more mature, sharp cheddar to get flavor and meltability. A lot of cracked pepper. And just a touch of sugar. Chopped chives. I really like chives, so I'm using just a whole pack. We're going to loosely mix all these dry ingredients together. Now we incorporate our butter. This is a 1.5 cups of unsalted butter I cubed and chilled beforehand. And I'm just going to mix that up until it makes kind of a raggedy, barely incorporated flour. This will take a long time. So let's just skip ahead. And we're adding 2 cups of buttermilk. This is where the real mess begins. And yes, people, I wash my hands before I cook, obviously. After a long time, when we finally get this all mixed together, I'm going to divide this in half to make 2 batches and lay it out on a floured surface. Now I will gently pat this into a 3/4 inch thick rectangle. It's okay if you need to use a roller to help you here. And then divide it into 4 sections. I found later a bread knife worked better for that. Stack it up, smush it back down, and repeat. And this will help us develop some real nice layering in our biscuits. As you can see, just looking at the raw dough, our chive ratio is pretty good. Now that I've got it all laid out again, we're going to prepare our baking sheet with some fresh shredded cheddar. And we're going to start getting our biscuits out. I'm using this little sake glass to make the perfect mini biscuit size. Beautiful. And those are going to really puff up. These circular ones are really cute. And once I have a batch ready, I'm going to put it in the freezer and start working on my second batch. I got a little bit lazy with the later batches, and I just cut them into cubes, which worked fine too, though they expanded a bit more haphazardly when you bake them. They're not as pretty. Let's make our egg wash. Whoopsie daisy. Since we made so many biscuits, I'm going to need 3 whole eggs. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt to it, just to make sure the biscuits aren't too sweet. The only other salt in the recipe being in the cheddar. Whisk that together. And now our chilled biscuits are ready to go. I realized I don't own a pastry brush, so I'm doing this by hand. I'll have to rectify that soon. If you're going to get a pastry brush though, get a real one. Don't get a silicone one. The silicone doesn't really work that well. Redistribute a little bit of the cheddar over the tops of the biscuits. It'll look nice and help kind of attach them to the laciness that will form on the pan. And these are going to bake at 425 for about 14 minutes. I think they're best had hot, but they reheat real well. I made so many I had to put them in freezer bags in my fridge, but I would take them out, spread a little butter on top, and microwave them, and oh, that was a treat. The cheddar and the scallion is a perfect combination. They're light and fluffy, and they got nice little cheese crispies around the edge. I could not stop eating these. I mean, I think I ate literally like 100 because I made so many. That's perfection. If you like this recipe or any of my others, please share it on social media and hit subscribe and hit like on this video. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching.